Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Snatch Chat, where I'm here to help you lose fat, but not your mind. I'm Tiffany, certified personal trainer, nutrition specialist, and your body snatcher. Today, I'm going to talk about something that I think is ruining most people's results that is not talked about enough, and that is expectations. Today I'm going to talk about three main points about expectations and what I think it takes to actually fulfill your goals and to actually stick with what you are doing. So, gonna get into that, but like usual, make sure you subscribe to the channel, press like if you find the video useful, and make sure that you get your free workouts and little kit at the bottom in the description. So I've put together free workouts. So they're from my Snatch Sessions coaching program. You'll get a few workouts, some mindset and habit training, as well as some nutrition tips and stuff like that. So definitely make sure you get that completely free, no strings attached. Good stuff, okay? And then also, I will just, like always, say that this is a chat. So do have a few notes in front of me. That's just to keep me on track because I am a gabber, okay? I like to chat and I like to sidebar. So it keeps me a little on track so that I'm not all over the place, okay? So, yeah, just like I said in the beginning, it really is that expectations are not harped on, okay? So, a lot of this has to do with social media and just us seeing other people's success, quote unquote. We know that everything is smoke and mirrors. We're aware that, everybody's just showing the best of and the best case scenarios. But even with that, it still is really, really hard to separate our own paths with other people's paths. And when we see other people seemingly doing so well, so fast, it can definitely deter us and demotivate us. So I just wanted to talk about that today because I think that we should talk about it more, and that if more people went into fitness with a different mindset, which is what I really focus on with my coaching, is really habits and mindset, I think that we would get a lot further and everything would be a lot better with the fitness, success rate and conversation. So just putting that out there, that this is why we are going to be tackling this today. Okay? So with that, I'm going to go down my list and get into the points. Okay? So the first one is pretty much the synopsis of all of this, and that is that your expectations in general, okay, need to be managed, okay? So you really have to start putting in perspective what is going on. Now, when you gain weight, chances are it was not sudden, okay? Even in the fastest mode, it was probably months or a year that you put on the weight. So I don't know why. I think it's just human psychology and human want. But for some reason, when we think about undoing that, okay, we want to be able to undo years, usually it's years, of, eating incorrectly, not working out, and taking on habits that are not serving us, okay? Years of that, and we want to get rid of it in a couple months. Sometimes even worse than that. We're looking for the quick fix and we want to achieve it in a week, 2, 3, a month max, okay? That's not going to happen, okay? Let me repeat myself. In most cases, okay, that is not going to happen, okay? In most safe cases, that is not going to happen, okay? At your core, you know this. Deep down, you know this, okay? You know that fitness is not something that you can just fix quickly because you've tried things that everyone has said is going to make it change. Detoxes and tummy teas and, belly fat blasters and waist trainers and all this stuff, okay, that's supposed to get you these results so fast. Okay, you've tried them and you know that they don't work. So deep down, you already know this, but it takes training your mind and reminding yourself on the regular, okay, that this is not going to be an easy process, okay? once you can accept, okay, that especially for weight loss, okay, weight loss, you're only looking at losing maybe a couple pounds to 10 pounds max a month is like the safe level. And 10 pounds a month is really like just almost being perfect in the safe way. So that's like, not eating as like eating your caloric deficit perfectly. So most people can expect to lose like a couple pounds to maybe 4 or 5 pounds a month with a moderate and sustainable, what is what I like to call it, where you can do it long term, process. So just keep in mind that the main thing about expectations is that you have to manage them and that you have to do it on a regular basis, okay? So that it becomes normal. It's just like anything else. The more you tell yourself, the more you practice it, the more you have conversations with yourself about something, the more you will start to internalize it and believe it, okay? I think that that's all that I had for that point. So that is point number one. Point number two is about commitments. So one of the things about expectations starts to linger into a lot of the stuff I just talked about, and wanting to do things that only are going to be fast. But when it comes to things that you need to do, like working out or a nutrition plan or anything like that, I suggest that whatever you pick, okay, be it, a new diet plan or you pay for a program or whatever, you should commit and you should go in your mind, not in your mind, you shouldn't go in your, well, you should always go in your mind. You know what I'm saying. You should go in to that program or that nutrition plan with a plan to keep it for 3 months, okay? 3 months at least. So before you commit, okay, before you decide for sure that you want to do it, you should say, is this something that I will do for 3 months? Okay? So that does a couple things, because first of all, you're telling yourself that you're going to commit to something for 3 months. So it doesn't matter if you think it's going badly. It doesn't matter if if it doesn't matter. You're going to stick to it. So that's the first thing. You're already making a commitment, which means that you're very much likely to at least stick to it, okay? Of course, you can always back out at any minute if it's like some dire need, but going in with a commitment automatically puts you in a different, mindset. On top of that, what it does is it really makes you think in advance if it's something that you really want to do. So with a lot of these diets and, quick fix things, if most people would just sit down and say, is this something I plan on doing for 3 months? The answer would be an astounding no, and they would never even start. My main suggestion for plans is that you do something that you can do long term and that you're likely to do for life, okay? So if it's working out, that can translate in different ways. So if you pick one particular program, you should go in saying, I'm going to commit to this for 3 months, okay? No matter what the realm is. If you're buying a one-time program where everything is given to you at one time, you should do that program 3 months in a row, okay? If it's something that's month to month, you should go in knowing you're going to pay for 3 months, okay? Anything like that, a boot camp, whatever it is, you should commit to 3 months, because what happens a lot is that people are not giving their bodies a chance to adjust to success. You really won't know the first month if a plan is working anyways, because it's really hard to know if something is working because your body hasn't had any time to actually get any results. And that is where a lot of the problem comes in, and that's where people lose hope and they lose motivation. That thing that I say does not exist. It's all an illusion because you can't rely on motivation. You have to rely on consistency. So just going in with the 3-month plan and knowing that you're going to commit to it, that is already committing to consistency in a way already. Because if you know that you're not going to jump from plan to plan, because a lot of people do this. This is a sidebar. They just jump from plan to plan to plan, diet to diet, this route to that route, and don't give themselves any time for any of those things to work. And the truth of the matter is that most of these different routes have worked for different people at different times. Now, everything doesn't work for everybody. So the thing is finding something that works for you. But in order to know if it works for you, you have to give it a chance. Okay, so that is a really, really, really important facet of this whole fitness thing and being consistent. Okay, so I think I got all of the points for that one. So that was point number 2. And then number 3 ties into all of this in the use of the scale. Okay, so I call it scale obsession. Okay, and the fact that we get so wrapped up on the number on the scale. First of all, it is an important number. Okay, it is important. You are supposed to know what is going on with your weight, especially if weight loss is your goal. Like I say in a lot of videos, though, you should know that it's always going to fluctuate up and down. And a good way to kind of counter that is, that worry all the time, is knowing that and then just recording your weights and looking at the average over time. So you're never really getting caught up in just one weight. You're actually like seeing the scale go down or up, so you can make a more educated decision about if the goals are being met and if you're reaching any success. Okay, my main thing in this video, though, is that I want to make it clear that the scale is definitely not ideal for feelings and commitment in the beginning, especially because it does take your body time to adjust, and that you should be implementing other measures of success. So you should use a different model to track your progress. And this can range for many things. So some people, a lot of this is a health goal. Maybe their doctor said that they should be, doing something in particular. So that could be based on feeling. It could be based on, your data when you go to the doctor, getting your blood pressure down, anything like that. Progress photos is my favorite for body composition and fat loss because, 160 can look completely different, with more body fat versus 160 with a lot of muscle mass. So weight doesn't always tell the story, and I like to reiterate it over and over and over that you should not be so obsessed with the scale, because often what happens as well is that people are getting results and they don't know it because they're only basing their feelings of success on the scale. So if you are like hovering, so sometimes people see that they've lost like 5 pounds, then they're hovering in that 5-pound range, for a really long time. What really could be happening is your body composition is changing, you're getting more lean mass, less fat, but your weight is not reflecting that. And so, if you're basing it just on the scale, you're going to be very disappointed, and it will push you to quit or to be really upset and sad in your journey, which we don't want that either. So just want to make the point that you should definitely be looking at other measures of success. Okay? I think that is all I had for that one. So that is it. That was point number 3. So quick recap. 1, and this is all for the whole expectations thing. 1, you need to manage expectations by knowing that it's not fast and that you're only should be losing a few pounds a month, up to 10. You need to commit to plans for 3 months. As you can see, I look at my notes because I need to look at notes. Like I get scatterbrained sometimes. So you commit to your plans for 3 months, no matter what it is, be it a nutrition goal or a workout goal. And then the last one is to not obsess about the scale and to use at least one other measure of success and, as a mode of feeling like you're actually accomplishing something. Okay? So those are the 3 points. The action step would be to have a talking to with yourself. Okay, so just kind of sit with yourself and think about if you have been putting too much pressure on yourself with any of these things and what you could possibly change. Okay, and then maybe pick one of the 3 to start out with. So maybe, pick another mode of, measurements, or you can just decide to lower your weight goal. Instead of wanting to lose 15-20 pounds a month, maybe, say, okay, I'm bugging a little bit, maybe I should do 8 to 10, something like that. Okay, so yeah, that is it for the day. Hope you found it helpful. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I do post every single week, and that's it. Till next time, eat well, drink well, all that good stuff, and I will see you next time.